Hey guys, welcome back to our eat-in. Can you guys say hi to your friends that are gonna be watching?
Hi.
So today in our video, we're gonna be talking about how fast you can raise pigs for meat, and then also how to raise pigs with kids. So this is something I'm noticing that it's really difficult to find when you're searching on homesteading. So when you're looking for, ways to get started with homesteading, the question I get asked a lot is how do you get your kids involved? So I just thought before I got into the nitty-gritty of how we raise our meat pigs, and actually they're going to be butchered and processed tomorrow. He knows me better.
We did it! Good job.
If you guys want to follow along, go ahead and subscribe, then I'll take you I'll take you guys on that journey as well. So Elijah, what do you do with the pigs, or what can you help with the pigs?
I can feed them, I can get them water, and I can play with them.
That's right, you can. And do you guys want to give the pigs some, like a hose down here because it's a little bit hot today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that we do is we like to just hose down the pigs, especially on these hot summer days. So we're in Texas. We actually like to raise our pigs through the winter, where most people actually like to raise their pigs through the summer months. So it really just depends on your climate. I would say if you're in the northern hemisphere, I would recommend feeding them out through the summer. But for those of us who have 115 degrees often in the summers, like us in the south, the deep south, I really recommend feeding through the winter because it's a lot easier on the pigs and they don't have to expend as much energy trying to stay cool. Pigs are really sensitive to heat. So that's something that has worked really well for us in the deep south, but that's something that you can tailor to wherever you are geographically. All right, so one of the first questions we get asked is what kind of breed of pig? So there's obviously a lot of breeds to choose from, and there's some that circle more often in the homesteading communities. But I think people get too wrapped up in what kind of breed. The main thing is there's lard pigs and meat pigs. So just know which one you're wanting to raise as far as what you're looking to provide for your homestead. These are mostly going to be used for meat. So one of the breeds that we have is an Idaho pasture pig. We've really enjoyed that breed because I'm getting sprayed with mud from the pigs. But we really enjoyed that breed because they actually can forage and eat pasture a lot better than even other breeds of pigs. And so that's been a great asset to us. We haven't utilized our pasture for this pig because we have another one that is a deep digger. That one's a Mesh and Burke cross. And so we've just kept them in kind of a dirt lot for this round. But if you want to pasture raise your pigs, an Idaho pasture pig has been really great. And both the pigs that we have, the Idaho pasture and the Mesh and Burke cross, both are really docile personalities. And you can find this out based on a quick Google search. So my recommendation for breed is get into your local Facebook groups for your area, homesteading groups in your area. And just whenever you're ready to look for a feeder pig, then just post, say you're looking for a feeder pig, and you'll get a ton of comments on what breeds farmers are raising in your area, and then do your research and pick the best one from there. But you really can't go wrong. So as far as shelter goes for the pigs, they're really easy. You really don't need that much space. So if you are tight on space after you've started with chickens, which I think are the easiest homestead animal, pigs are a great next step for increasing your meat production on your homestead without needing acres and acres of land. So we have these guys in a pretty small area, but honestly for 2 pigs, it's bigger than a lot of people do. So they really enjoy the size of the space. So as far as fencing goes, we use hog panels and T-posts, and that's really all you need. They're super affordable, and you can get them at your local, tractor supply. So hog panels and cattle panels are basically the same thing. Hog panels are just a little bit shorter and have closer bars to help when the pigs are smaller. And then we use T-posts, which you can also get at your local store for pretty affordable. And then we just use one wire, with this poly rope, so it's an electrified rope. You just need one strand, and the pigs learn real quick that that's electrified, and it keeps them in nice and easy. Pigs are pretty lazy, so as long as they got food and water and there's just one strand, we've not had a problem with them getting out. Okay, so then as far as shelter goes, really all you need is just a 3-sided enclosure of sorts with a roof, so that if it's starting to, or when it starts to pour rain, or if there's some type of snow, it really depends on your area, how much you want to insulate it. We just built this out of pallets and plywood. Sophie's showing it off right now. You like your pig shelter? Yeah. So the pigs just get in this when they get nice and hot and they want to take a cool nap. They'll dig down. Otherwise, in the summer or in the winter, if you live in a cooler environment and you really want to keep your pigs warm throughout the winter, just stuff a bunch of straw in there that will help them to maintain their body temperature throughout the summer or the winter months. But just the 3-sided, we got these pallets for free at our local Tractor Supply store. They always have gobs and gobs of pallets, and we just asked if we could take some. They said yes. And then this is just 4x8 plywood boards, and we just kind of screwed it all together. So pigs are really simple creatures. They don't need much, and their shelter can be very simple. And like I said, you can grow a lot of meat on not very much land. For water, they're super easy. With tubs, they knock them over all the time because pigs are super playful and super curious creatures. They're actually one of my most favorite animals to just watch on the farm because they have great personalities. So as far as water goes, we use a 55-gallon bucket. You can get these on Facebook Marketplace. And we drill the nipples into them, and then we nipple train the pigs, which sounds complicated, but it's actually super easy. So you're just gonna take a drill and drill into the tub, and then you're gonna screw these nipples in. And then to nipple train them, all we did was put some peanut butter over each nipple, and the pigs smelled the sweetness, came right over to it, and realized that when they move it, water comes out. So this is a really great asset to have. It helps them to not tip over their water. And then we don't have these around it right now, but to prevent it from tipping over, you can also put T-posts on 3 sides of this nice and tight so that the pigs can't knock it over, because pigs like to push into anything that they can. So the water is super simple, and this is a great way to not have to water every day, and so that the pigs don't knock over their water and they're without water for long periods of time. Okay, then as far as their diet goes, pigs are pretty easy. If you have any type of forest, that's the best place for them because that's more of a natural diet for them. They like to scrounge and eat, roots and mushrooms and things that they can find underneath the soil. So if you have forest on your land, that is the perfect place for your pigs. Also, you are going to always have to supplement with pigs as far as grain feeding goes. Pigs are not able to get all of the things that they can in captivity for them to gain weight like this. So you'll have to supplement with grain. Buying it in just 50-pound bags at your local Tractor Supply store is going to be very expensive and not super cost effective. So as far as what type of grain you guys would like to feed your pigs, I really highly recommend finding a local farmer in your area that raises pigs, or wherever you end up getting your feeder pigs from, which a feeder pig is just a pig that is the size to be able to be grown out now for meat or lard. So whatever farmer you get your pigs from, your feeder pigs, then I would just ask them where they get their feed from, and usually that's some sort of bulk feed supply store. Maybe you can even purchase it from the farmer themselves in bulk. That's gonna be a lot more cost effective. And then these guys can pretty much eat anything for as far as table scraps go. So there is absolutely no food waste on our homestead. Between the chickens and the pigs, someone is getting, if something was in the fridge maybe a couple days too long and we just don't want to eat it, it goes immediately to the chickens and the pigs, and they absolutely love getting those table scraps. So we love to give our pigs those extra stuff. It helps keep their diet interesting, gets them vitamins and nutrients that they wouldn't necessarily find in their grain. And just keeps them nice and happy. And then of course you can supplement them with a mineral supplement as well to just keep them nice and well-rounded. That also helps to discourage all of the digging that some breeds especially like to do. Another cool tip for stopping the digging is to just simply put cattle panels down on the floor so that they can't get their nose going and dig those deep trenches, kind of like they're digging to China. Some breeds are pretty bad. Our Mission Burke really likes to dig deep holes. So like I said, we didn't mind since we were just using this as a dry lot for this feed out, but it's definitely not a plus if you want your pigs to eat more pasture. So just kind of depends on the type of land that you have. If you don't have very much pasture, then maybe that's not as important. But like I said, our Idaho pasture pig is a great breed if you want them to be able to eat more grass and turn that into bacon for you. So then, of course, one of the questions is, how fast can we grow pigs for meat? So it depends on the breed of pig. Some pigs can get as big as 500 pounds or bigger. Other pigs are going to only max out at around 275. So it really depends on the breed of pig. Like I said, research this for yourself when you know what feeder pigs are available in your area. But for the most part, we can go from birth to processing between 6 to 8 months for a lot of the faster feeder pigs that are going to grow super fast for meat. And then some other breeds that like to grow a little bit slower are like the coonies, for instance, are going to be more like a 12 to 14 month grow out period. But for the amount of meat you're getting and the quality of meat that you're getting, that's a super, super fast return as far as meat and protein for your homestead and your family. So our 2 pigs are going in to be processed tomorrow. We're going to take you guys kind of along on that journey. So be sure to subscribe so you guys can see what that process looks like, how much meat we're going to get from them, what the cost per pound ends up being, all of that kind of stuff, so that you guys can really get the full circle. We wanted to take you guys along on that journey. And then what ends up happening once you take your pigs to process is you put all of that in your deep freeze. You can can it, do all kinds of preservation for your food, and then you don't have to have pigs on your homestead every year, all year round. A lot of questions that we get asked too is, is it economical to keep a boar and a sow and actually breed our own piglets? And the short answer for that is no, not for most homesteads. It's better to rely on a local farmer that you have a relationship with, because just keeping one boar and one sow for your pigs each year is going to not be very cost effective to what you'll save to get those piglets. So it's really per homestead though. If that's something that's really on your heart, it's definitely something you can do. But to feed a boar all year round just for a one-time breeding per year isn't usually cost effective or smart for a lot of small homesteads. Okay guys, so that is my how fast you can raise pigs for meat and how you can have pigs on a homestead with your kids. If you have any further pig questions, drop them down in the comments. And like I said, be sure to subscribe for easy modern homesteading with young kids. That's what we do here on the Our Eden channel. And like I said, our next upcoming videos are going to be all about taking these pigs for processing and how much meat we're going to get from them. So if that interests you at all, stay tuned and we'll see you all next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
All right, we finally got these guys in here. We were not set up to get these guys loaded efficiently, so we'll be making a video on how to do that better. Bacon day.